Hello,
Hello everyone. Well,
I didn't
I don't think we got anybody in the chat.
There was one person.
That was me.
Oh,
on YouTube.
I can't even get anything up on Facebook. So it's
yeah, Rita's saying she's having problems too.
showing nothing whatsoever.
So I'm just going to click on our page and see if I can post.
Facebook don't get their shit together. I'm gonna take a hike and take up.
Okay, well, we're live now, dear. So
That's all right. She can do what she wants. You leave Rita alone.
Hello.
Hi, Rita.
Hello, Rita.
Tell Rita to look on YouTube.
she doesn't like YouTube, but
Yeah.
I
Doesn't she?
on it.
Yeah, YouTube. Every time YouTube, I tried YouTube, and every time I go on YouTube, it always has ads.
Well, yeah, that's normal though.
That's
Okay,
why.
so I posted a link in Facebook. Oh, it's just Facebook itself.
Yeah,
So there are some issues with Facebook.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
it's doing.
Because I tried to look on things. It's not even things isn't even coming up.
Here we go. I've posted. Well, it's trying to. It's trying to. So
one.
it won't work. But we are live on YouTube.
Wonder why.
It's just been one pain in it.
Yeah. Can't even find it on a regular page.
Yeah.
No, it's trying. It's saying there's errors everywhere.
It's just blank. All the pages are blank.
Oh, here we go. It's lost access now. Okay, so let me just remove.
Oh, I'm about to give up on going online. I'm going to have all these problems.
I think the issue is with Facebook itself.
Yeah. I'm thinking about deleting it.
Well, no, don't delete it.
Oh, we've lost a complete connection with Facebook now.
It's a pain, isn't it?
Oh, crikey.
Well, if it keeps
Roger Blair says Facebook and Instagram both are messing up for me. I saw on Twitter that both Facebook and Instagram are down to technical problems.
Hi, Netty.
Hi, Roger.
There's a few
Hi,
people.
Lorna.
Anyway.
It's just crazy what's going on here right now. We are losing connections left, right, and centre, and we have no idea why.
So gone loopy.
Yep.
It sure has.
Yeah.
It sure has. But I'm going to try something. Just bear with me, guys. Chat amongst yourselves, Netty.
All right, Eric.
I'm trying to fix, because I don't think.
It doesn't reconnect to Facebook at all. Okay, so I think that there's issues with Facebook across the board. But those that have joined us, welcome through YouTube. I have tried to put the YouTube link on the page, or maybe we have to download it later on or something for people. But those that have joined us through YouTube, welcome, and thank you very much for supporting us.
You got more.
We have the wonderful, the delectable, the gorgeous,
Not today.
the lovely person.
I got from work.
That is Annette Lock, but we call her Netty because that's what we love calling her. She's our Netty. We thought it would be a great idea to get her on the show. I know she's been on before, but we just like asking you questions maybe the viewers are too scared to ask.
That's the way.
Let's just ask a question about the lovely Eric.
What's
different about you, Eric?
I got a longer beard. That's what's different.
And he's grown it bushier.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's grown quick. My beard grows quite quick, actually. Keep pulling it out, lady of a certain age. You know what it's like. So, Netty,
I tied up the other day, Eric, because it didn't look that bushy. How did you manage to grow it that quickly?
Don't ask me. It stopped growing up here and started growing here. So,
would you grow a really, really long beard, like a ZZ Top beard?
I'm planning on it, or at least
Are
trying to.
you?
Yep.
Hey.
Hey, boy. I just shave mine nowadays. Yeah.
So Netty, we want to ask you some questions. We know that you podcast.
Yes.
And you've been doing it a fair while. How long have you been doing it?
I'm gonna go in the bedroom.
How did that start for you, the podcasting?
Well, I was just following a group at first.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, as you do in your spare time, just start following man. And then I just got asked to go on. So that's where it all started from.
You sort of got the bug from there.
Yeah. So I went on with them a few times, and then came out of there and just decided to do it on my own.
And you've never looked back. How long's it been?
It's been good. I liked it. It's
No.
something you get the buzz for, isn't it?
The whole
Yeah. Have you been doing it for long? How long have you been doing it?
4 years.
Now. It's been a while, isn't it?
A while, yeah. I've been doing it more over the last probably 2 years. And the 2 years before, it was just off and on.
Yeah.
But it's good because you get to meet a lot of people. And
what's been your most memorable podcast and why?
Oh, there was one that we had on, and it was a bit controversial. Do you know when you first start and you think you can manage all these people, but you can't. And one that we had on got a bit miffed because he thought another one was laughing at him, and it turned into a bit of a shit show, to be honest with you. But I must admit, it did get quite a lot of viewers. I'm not surprised. But
yeah. Netty, Lorna's asked.
I would not have more than 2 people on my own ever again.
Lorna's asked, is Friday nights that you do, Netty?
No, not anymore. No, I just do a Sunday now.
For now?
For now.
No.
That's news for later.
So the most memorable. What about the most awkward guest? Don't mention any names, but can you?
Oh dear, that was somebody I'd on, and do you know you're answering question and they come back with a one-word answer. Yeah.
I don't want to give anything away.
Of course, you didn't give nothing away. In the end, it got to about half an hour, and I went, I think we're finished now. I couldn't do it anymore. I just had enough. It was unbelievable.
Eric,
you know,
for you,
like that. Come on.
Huh?
Eric, for you, have you had? Can you remember? Don't mention any names. Have you the worst guest that we've had on, and you thought, oh Jesus, I can't wait for this show to be over?
Well, no, actually, he was kind of interesting, I think, but yeah, you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, just don't mention any names.
Yeah, I won't.
No. It's always safer to keep that quiet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Don't get the backlash.
But Netty, you do more than just podcasting, though. You're a spiritualist medium, and you've been well. I would like to see, this is Viv now reading. Just pay no mind to it. Just take it and just let it go, because I'm so tired and I'm getting over. I've still got this illness, but I know that you've been doing it for a long, long time.
Yeah.
So, can you talk about your first memories, not in a ghost hunting aspect, but the spiritual side? The first memories of working with spirit and what you got from it, and how that all started for you.
That started with, I mean, it's not continuously all the time. That was sort of things popping into your head. But you knew it's not you, it's not your thoughts and not there. It's just something that pops into your head and you think, wow. Wow, what the hell?
Yeah.
Is that all? But I've always done that from being a kid.
Yeah.
That's something, it's weird because if you come across somebody, like, you know, you get, I'm sorry, but you get warnings. You actually get them.
Yeah.
You'll either go to bed at night and you will have dreams, and you just know there's something wrong. You can just and you know.
Have you heard? Do you hear as well? Do you hear the voices and see?
It's not necessarily here. It sort of pops into here.
Okay. Yeah.
I have heard my name called a few times.
So it's coming. It's coming. You choose to ignore it.
It depends on what state of mind you're in as well.
Yeah, it does.
I mean, I have been to places and I have heard stuff off and on. You know, last investigation that I did, we were just walking through the kitchen, paying no attention because of what some stuff had gone on upstairs. So I just came down. Thought I'd go outside for this to go outside. So I said, "Can I go through your back?" So I said, "Yeah." Went to start anyway. I'm coming back in, shutting the door, and I heard, "It's you." It's you.
It's you. It's like they recognised you.
That's you from upstairs.
Yeah.
I think when your mind's totally cleared, when you learn to clear your mind,
it can be a good thing and it can be a bad thing. And one memory I have is sitting, you know, like when the bus shelters had seats. Well, they had seats, and there was only me and this little old lady at the bus shelter, and she sat next to me. And the minute she sat down, from the other side, I heard a man's voice saying, "Do us a favour, lass. Can you just tell her that so-and-so's here?" He said his name. He said, "I'll always be with her." He said, "She needs it right now. Can you just tell her that I give her hugs whenever I can from where I am?" And I turned around and said, excuse me, I think you're going to think I'm a mental so-and-so. But I got this man's sitting next to me, said his name is this. And he wants me to tell you this and blah, blah, blah. And she went, oh, really? Tell me more. So she got full-blown reading and I missed 2 buses and I was an hour late. So it's not always a good thing, like, because you feel bad in that kind of scenario that you don't tell them because this lady needed it because there was an important message in there to give to her. I can't even remember what it was, but it was important to give it to her at the time, that you put them first and you put yourself last, and then you miss your 2 buses, you're late for your appointment. Everyone thinks you're a nutcase.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's why a lot of people don't say out in it, because that's what they think.
Yeah. It's a shame, because if you can help one person, just that one person, you've done your job.
Yeah.
And you know what? I always do it for free. I never charge people. I get told off for it.
No, you get it for free, don't you?
You get it for free, so pay it forward.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's just crazy. So, have you ever had healing, spiritual healing? Have you experienced that or given it to anyone before?
No. That's something that I haven't done. I'm not knowingly.
Oh, not knowingly. I like that.
I think possibility when you get sucked dry, that might be
when it's happening.
When it's unknowingly being taken. Yeah. That's possibility. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think that? Yeah. When you everyone's all right, yeah.
We did a bit of research into the psychic vampire thing. Hi, Chantal. Hope you're well, my darling. The psychic vampire thing, it surprised me.
Yeah.
It surprised me because it's not what you think it is. It's like your job, if you hate it that much, the job itself, the actual building could suck that energy from you. Yeah. You walk past an abattoir not knowing it's an abattoir. That could, it's not all just negative and people, but it's just how you feel at the time about something can just drain you like that.
Yeah. Yeah. I do believe in stuff like that. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
You walk past people and they drain you. I look them through Facebook as you scroll through your news feed. That can drain you.
No, don't do that.
It's crazy. It's crazy, isn't it? So, Netty, I know that you like ghosts. Oh, look at that beautiful little girl. Look at her. Gorgeous.
She's a big cat.
Yeah, she's a baby, though.
I love cats.
You've got a cute dog, though, that you've acquired.
Oh, yeah, a little pug. Yeah. It snores, barks. This is lovely.
Oh, Chantal. Oh, my God. She's just said something. I'm good. Just being out of that country has made all the difference. Are you here for good now? You're not going back, are you, Chantal? So, I was going to ask you a question. Ghost hunting.
Yeah.
Now, I know that you love your ghost hunting.
I do.
And you have some experiences at work that have been absolutely phenomenal. What is the most memorable and what really has really stuck out the most with what you've experienced on a ghost hunt? What you've seen and
on a ghost hunt, it was at the museum that I went to, and we went with Lynn, and it was really downstairs. It was getting bits and bats and what have you, and but when we went upstairs, Lynn wouldn't come into the room because she said, "No, I'm not going in there. You can forget it." And he walked in when he said it was, I don't know, when the room goes like this, woof.
Yeah.
And I couldn't move because it felt like something had grabbed me by the back of the neck. I was literally rooted to the spot. I couldn't move. And I said to Lynn when we were coming out, I said, if that can do that to you, then if it starts to grab people and things like that, then something is going to happen to somebody else. And lo and behold, we went on. It was a couple of months later, and I was watching the live feed that they were doing, and he got actually pushed off the stairs. You could literally see him lifted and flung.
Wow.
Lifted him and flung. But you know what? That kind of thing, and people don't believe that kind of thing can happen. I mean,
No, it can.
Go on ghost hunts and nothing happens. Okay, fair enough. But on one of them occasions, something is going to.
Yeah.
Especially if you've had something that's been ragged up,
and taunted.
Yeah. Then that is what's going to happen.
That's good.
Chantel's back for good. Brilliant. That's really good news. That's really cheered me up. She's moved from South Africa back to England. So
yeah.
Yeah, that's good. I'm pleased.
Is she from here in the first place?
Yeah, she's got family.
Yeah. It's like coming home then, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's home.
We should say, welcome home, Chantel. No, just you behave yourself. She'll go, why? That's boring.
Don't be.
Oh, dear. Oh, Lorna's just said, oh, Viv, I've just said South Africa. Oh. Yeah. So,
I don't know if
this
ever happened to you, Viv, but
go on.
Have you ever been going somewhere and you sort of, I don't know, you know there's something wrong, and it's sort of like time stops, and then when you look round, there's something behind you. It's like a stop. It's like a stop in time. You don't hear nothing.
What I get is, and it's really hard. This is on ghost hunts when I'm closed off. I'm not prepared for it. They know that you can see, hear, and feel, right?
So, they do know, yeah. They do.
And what I get is a feeling of dread, like something's just died. You know, like that feeling of dread. Don't know if you've ever experienced that when somebody close to you has died. It's that awful, sick feeling. I get that. And then I get what I call the flicker. And people think I'm absolutely, totally bonkers. And it's not my eyes. The whole room, it tends to do this. It flickers. And it's like, oh, God, right. Either somebody's here or something's about to happen.
Yeah.
And I get that every time. And if they're behind me, the flicker will start in front of me. If they're in front of me, it will be all around. It's just a crazy, crazy thing. And then that'll last for a couple of seconds. But to me, it seems like it's going on for ages.
Yeah.
And then they'll make themselves known. They'll appear. And it's just like, it happens so quickly. Sometimes it really takes you by surprise. I scream, jump.
Yeah.
Not as much as Jamie. Jamie's terrible. But it does take you by surprise. And I know we laugh at Jamie about the way he screams and all the rest of it. But I completely get it. I get it because I suppose I've been dealing with it for a long time. I'm now getting used to it. It catches Jamie out every time. And yeah.
I wonder if you're not seeing that interdimensional shift from when they come in.
See, I wonder if that's the flicker that I'm seeing.
Mm-hmm.
Is that it?
I think that's what.
But
well, we've had that here actually. What I call it the sparkle.
The shimmer or the sparkle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mine is like a flicker. It happens. It's so like in your face, and it happens so strongly, and it's for a couple of seconds. But to you, it's like you can't catch your breath, and it's that feeling of dread. You know something's about to happen.
Oh yeah.
And boy, does it happen when I get that. But
I mean, there are some places that you go to, and you don't necessarily see things, but you pick up the feelings of what's gone on.
Do you do psychometry?
I've never tried it. I've never actually tried doing that.
Ooh, give it a go.
Tried before. Yeah, no, I will do. Yeah, I will give that a go.
Because I wonder, like, sometimes if you sit in an old chair and you're picking up psychometry from the chair just from sitting on it, you know,
Good.
or touching the walls of a building or at work.
Yeah. Yeah, because we went to the asylum in Liverpool and something that, you know, fear. It's just, I don't know, fear. But that place has been like, it was a mental asylum as well. So you can imagine what has gone, all the feelings that are in that place.
Yeah.
It's very...
I've been told about some of the Manchester hauntings and some of the stuff that's gone on in Manchester. Now, I know that they're not like popular at the minute because people are forgotten about and they're all concentrating elsewhere. But Manchester, when I first started out, that was rife with all these hauntings and stuff going on in Manchester. Yeah. And it seems to have sort of petered out because people are looking over somewhere else now.
Yeah. Well, that's not too bad though, is it? Because if you want to go, it's sort of been left alone for a while.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're going to get out a bit more.
Yeah. See, with me working at the moment the way I do, like 5 days a week, just weekends, it's not giving me a lot of time.
Yeah.
But like I was moaning about having to go and do nights. It's not actually going to be too bad because it's like 4 on, 4 off. So it gives me like 4 days.
Oh, do you know what? You'll be like a pig in stuff, as they say, because you working nights doing what you do.
Well, I'm going to use that anyway for my own advantage. So
yeah, I'd love it.
Like I said,
do you know what Netty does for a living?
She works at the train thing, doesn't she, or the underground?
You train?
Yeah. It's really haunted as well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I've had people come to other cleaners that say to me, like, if you get on that train, don't be surprised if you don't hear people talking.
And if you're wondering, no, I didn't really know that. So.
Yeah, I'm having to go at night, so I'm getting myself a nice little camera.
That's cool.
I wonder who's been leading you astray there.
I'll have to hang out with you while you're working.
She'll go and take you to work.
No, but I can go there where she's there.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, we'll sneak it in.
So bring your kid to work day today. So this is my son.
Yeah. We'll get you
I won't believe you.
Get you an eye visit with Eric and bring you in.
Give him a mop and a bucket while he's at it.
Hey, I wouldn't mind.
No management there at night.
Oh wow.
But no, I tell you what, you've got one of the most ideal jobs. I'd love it. I would absolutely really love it. So we're all a little bit jealous of you, Netty, really.
Yeah, I'll be doing a lot.
But in a good way. Oh.
we get all the bad trains where I work as well. So the ones that
Netty,
accidents. So
I know that you live in a house that's quite busy with spirit, because in the past I've seen some pictures that were taken in your house.
Oh, yeah.
Are you still getting a lot of visitors? Is it quieting down a bit, do you think, or
it's quieting down.
That's good.
It's quieting down a lot. Yeah. When I first moved in, it was something else. Nobody. I've even moved bedrooms at one point because I could not sleep in there.
Do you think it's because you were new into the house and they wanted to know who you were and what you were about, really? They were checking you out.
Possibly. I know an old lady there downstairs.
Oh, did she?
Yeah.
Ah.
You see, what I made the biggest mistake. There used to be an old lady who used to live across the road. And she was supposedly friends with the old lady and the old man that were here. But when the old lady was downstairs, apparently the little old lady from across the road and the little old man who used to live here were having a bit of an affair. And they used to use it downstairs for dancing around in with the poor old lady. He's ill in the next room. I think I made the massive mistake when I moved in here of inviting her into this house.
Oh.
Inviting her into this house, which didn't go down, I don't think, very well at all.
No.
It was a long time and many years after that I figured out what I'd done and made an apology for that.
Yeah.
I made an apology for that, and things started to quiet down. I mean, every now and again you can hear a lady on the landing sometimes saying hello.
Oh, it's nice that she pops in. She pops in just to.
Yeah. I mean, you used to have things like, you know, when you feel something run past you on the stairs.
Yeah.
And you just knew it was waiting at the top for you. She had a penny thrown at her while she was sat on the loo.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, that is funny. That is funny.
Yeah, we've had batteries at the door. I mean, if they'd have hit anybody, we've had light bulbs from the top landing just be on the in the lobby. Not broken. Like they were taken out up there.
Because even if that fell, that would have smashed.
It would have smashed. It would have had.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's funny. But the funniest thing I've ever heard, sitting on the loo. You know, they call it spending a penny over here, Eric. But if you get a penny thrown at you, you get a penny for having a wee.
She must have been fed up with her.
You're taking too long. Have your penny back.
Yeah. I mean, our next
brilliant.
wanted at one point take pictures in this house. She
Really?
Yeah, because them pictures that you know about of that corner.
Yeah.
There was another picture before that started off as a massive big blue orb. And when Nick took the picture, she said, "Right, I'm not taking any more in here now."
Oh, hang on. We've had movement on the phone. Maybe Facebook has decided to do something. I don't know what's going on. Oh, Instagram tell me Derek Akora started a live video. Well, that's funny.
Yeah, that's on the other side, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, he's more technical than most spirits, but
yeah.
God rest his soul. No, he was a great medium. I had a lot of respect and admiration for not just Derek, but there was a few, but Gwen as well, like his wife, like since his passing, like before and after, you know, his legacy will live on. And he taught me a lot. I mean,
he's where a lot of people started, isn't he?
Yeah. So what are your what do you want to do next year? I mean, I know like we're very close to the end of this year, but next year, what things does Netty want to achieve? What do you want to do next year apart from go to Greece?
Yeah, what I'm going to do is, because like I said, my hours are going to change. So next year, I do intend to do a lot more going out. I also want to bring some like live things into the shows. You know, where you go around and ask people if they've ever experienced anything or things like that.
Oh, like a proper reporter.
Do a bit of stuff like that as well. I think it'd be bring something different.
You could live stream it. You can have have a show during the day.
Yeah,
on Simply Spooky.
Well, I can go to the pub and do it at the same time.
Just go live. Just say, here we are.
I get a bit of message towards the end, but at least it'll be a laugh.
Yeah, I reckon you should do it. Maybe next year we'll have a chat and get that sorted. And I know the people watching would love it. They would absolutely love it. So you've got to include. Don't record it and put it on there. Just go live and let's see all the bloopers and everything.
Pub, yeah.
I'm just going to nip in this pub and see what's going on in here.
End up on a pub crawl with a lot of footage.
Do you know what? These ghost hunts, like, you never see, right, so they say you shouldn't drink and go on a ghost hunt. So when you're doing a private one for research purposes only, What happens if you're full of sugar? What happens if you're drunk?
Mm.
What happens if you're, I don't know, I'm not going to say the drugs, but yeah. What happens? What, you know, all for research purposes. I'm not saying that you should go out and deliberately do these things, but if you don't mind, why can't we do it? Right. And log it and research it. Do we get more activity? Do we get less? Are we just like oblivious to what's going on? What?
Yeah.
We could call that, you know, we could experiment.
I feel a trip to Manchester coming on.
Experiment, yeah.
And a trip up here.
Scientific, it's saying scientific, you know.
Yeah. I mean,
Business.
you know what? If you get some free time in August, because Eric's coming here, so why not? Let's do it.
Yeah, why not?
Me, you, and Rita can go out and do our research.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Leave the men to do their thing. I think Dan's got a lot of plans for Eric. I don't know. Oh, I dread to think. Eric, Dan, Jamie, Ian. I don't know. They're all meeting up. They're doing something.
Then he could end up saying to Rita, "You're not coming."
Well, I want to do something.
Never again.
Well, I want to do something at the Ancient Ram, so I'm booking that for.
Oh, we've got it booked for next year. So watch this space. Dan's quite friendly with the lady that owns it. So yeah. Yeah. It's quite funny. But yeah, there's a lot to be done next year, Netty, for you, it sounds like, and lots of fun to be had at the same time.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's what it's going to be next year. It's going to be, yeah, a lot of stuff, a lot of different stuff, and a lot of fun.
Oh dear. So what are your hopes for the future? I mean, this is more sort of long term, not next year, but like more long term. What do you see yourself doing in about 5 years' time, let's say? What would you hope to achieve in 5 years' time, if you can't answer that one?
Well, maybe I could do, you know, I wouldn't mind getting into more of the spiritual side, I think, a bit. I think that's where I need to go and where I belong.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, because that's more of the calling for me than anything else.
And the book?
Ah.
Go on, let's hear about this.
Yeah, it's actually me and John. Me and John are doing the book between us. We've not started yet because we're going to leave it till the end of the year now, finish the year off, and then we're going to set.
Do you think, like, in 5 years' time, there'd be more books and that sort of thing coming from you? Because I think you might get a bug, or it's something that you want to achieve. Just do a bit more that alongside with your development, maybe.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah. Because see, with the book, what I intend to do is there'd have to be a couple anyway, because I intend to, like, it'd be like
one
a
leads
set
into
that you collect.
Yeah.
So it'd be one after the other.
Yeah. Oh, this is exciting.
They're not big stories out like that, but you know, a succession of.
Yeah. No, that'd be good.
Yeah.
That would be good.
I've been working on the idea for ages, but I've not had the time. Not
Who's
at the
Nancy?
moment.
Who's Nancy?
Nancy.
Just hold that.
Nancy.
Fancy Nancy.
Fancy Nancy. I don't know. I'll have to think about that one.
Hi, Noreen.
An ant.
We're hiding out in YouTube land because Facebook land has done one.
It doesn't like
No, there's,
it doesn't like
there's been some issues with Facebook, so so we will have to post this later on, maybe. Yeah. So if people want to get in contact with you, Netty, do you have a way that they can contact you?
Just on my Messenger.
Okay.
Cool. If you added me up on Facebook.
anything for any reason, if you want to message Netty or ask any questions about spiritual or her shows or anything, just message her. She's very approachable. Well, most of the time.
Even witchcraft as well. I have done some of that as well. So
Have you?
yeah.
What pathway did you follow in witchcraft? Did you do more the conjuring and?
Started off in Wicca.
Oh, did you? Oh, right. Okay.
That was for me. That was too
Weird.
No, it's just
They
constricting.
have a lot of rituals, strict rituals that you have to follow.
Constricting for my liking.
Yeah.
So I have my own way of doing things.
Lorna's asked, is the Sunday night show through the Spooky Show?
Yeah.
No, the Sunday night show's on Simply Spooky.
Simply spooky.
Spooky
You
shows.
can call it the Spooky Show if you want to, Lorna. We do not mind. One little bit. We love it.
Yeah, we're on this Sunday as well. I'm not too sure whether we've got a guest or not. I'm speaking to John tomorrow. Otherwise, we do have a subject, and it would be quite interesting. This one, it's about demonic. It's a bit more. It's demonic influences on society.
Oh, is it? Oh, maybe I should tune in.
With all the stuff that's been going on.
Wow.
Do you know what I am?
Kind of
I sit and listen every morning because I get to work early and I'm not allowed to start work before my time. So I have an hour to kill. So every morning for the past 7 months, I sit and listen to serial killers. Anything to do with serial killers.
I've been doing that just like.
You been doing that too?
Oh yeah, I
And
love
I'm finding myself strangely like anything serial killer.
Yeah.
I want to have to listen to.
I say I'm getting tips.
Well, it's funny because I've been listening to these. Well, it wasn't serial killers; it was stalkers that murder, and I happened to stumble across a shop that sells T-shirts, like Night Stalker and all these other serial killers. You can get them on a T-shirt, and you can even get Christmas ones now. But the funniest one I saw today was one that said Westlife, and it had Rose West and Fred West on it. And I thought, oh, that's naughty.
That's a naughty one, yeah.
I was just thinking, oh no, I've been stopped looking at that.
It's like saying, I mean, a lot of people won't cover it because it's them sort of thing, and I can understand that in a lot of ways. But
you know, it's not just about them though. It's about their victims and what they went through, and if you keep that in mind when you're watching and listening to the serial killer, because there are different types of categories when it comes to the serial killer.
Yeah,
and it's understanding, getting into the mind of, oh, look at her.
She just crawled up in my arm and decided to lay on her back.
She's just the dearest, isn't she?
You watch Dexter?
Yes.
Oh, I love that program.
Did you see the next?
There's a new one starting this week, first episode, where it goes back when he was younger.
Oh.
Off this week, yeah.
Where is it on?
It was on Paramount.
Okay, because I saw the next series after he went off in the boat after his sister died.
Blood. I've just finished that.
I didn't like that one.
If you get past did you watch all of it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you not like? I didn't think it was. It's probably a bit less, but apparently the new one is going to be good because it's where they all started off. And the one that they've got to play in, younger, looks the absolute spirit of it.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I've even got a Dexter dolly somewhere, still unopened.
Have you seen Dexter yet, Eric?
What, Dexter? I've seen the first few episodes of the first season.
I was absolutely enthralled by that.
I liked Prodigal Son more than I liked Dexter. So
yeah.
No, I did like Dexter, but the minute that his sister got killed, that was it. Sort of like it spoiled it a little bit. The
Exactly.
ending was too rushed, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Can't wait for a new one. I'll just start. I like to wait till there's few on me and then sort of at a weekend.
Yeah.
Binge.
I went to the serial killers exhibition in London, which was rubbish, by the way. I don't recommend it. But what I did pick up from, and I had discussions with a friend of mine, and there is a Russian serial killer called I call him Chikatilo, but it's Chicolito, and this is a very, very sick mind, and he lived amongst normal people and normal everyday life. But what the policeman who was investigating all these murders, he ended up having a nervous breakdown. It's really, really interesting. It's a true story, but I've been looking and researching this Chicolito, and there are films made about him, but I've been told about this particular film that I should find and watch if I can. So I'm like, oh, I need to know about this. I don't know about Mr. Chicolito. It's funny. It's funny. Well, it's not funny what he did, but it's just.
But you wouldn't, half the people, like we said before in the past, you wouldn't even know that they are. I mean, the one here in Wisconsin was a family man, had a wife, kids.
Yeah.
Ed Gein was from Pleasantville? No,
Pleasantville.
Something, Wisconsin.
Yep.
He was from Wisconsin, and he wasn't really what I would call somebody of a sound mind to start with, to be honest. You know, and he didn't really kill anybody. Two people he killed. The rest were all taken from the graveyard.
Yep.
Already dead. So go figure. You know.
Yeah.
But it's
history. I mean, it's been
watching that Upside Down.
And even spoken about.
Twice I've worked.
There was one about a woman who killed all her husbands. So
yeah, twice I've worked alongside a murderer, and one was the unlikely person we'd ever suspect. The other, I felt the vibes that something was off. Ooh, that's interesting. One was like the Mr. Muscle Cleaner. That sounds like Dennis Nielsen. And so unlikely person you'd ever think. You know, like Dennis Nielsen was a police officer at one point.
Wow.
And he ended up killing lots of boys, yeah. Did you follow the Chris Watts case in Colorado? Anybody?
No, I didn't.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't follow Chris Watts, but I did follow the mother that killed her two children, and she or her new husband burnt them in the back garden, and she was a bit wacko and got all very religious. And I actually watched the court case live on Court TV, and there is something on Netflix about her as well. So, but I only watched the Netflix because I followed the court case. Laurie Vallow, that's the one. That's the one. Laurie Vallow and Chad Daybell.
Right.
Yeah. Absolutely crazy. And to hear her son talking to her over the phone when she was there, they played the tapes.
So am I thinking
it's crazy?
There has been some, probably. Well, obviously there has been, but how many compared to UK to America has been serial killers? You know what I mean? I'd like to find that out.
The thing is, I mean, don't forget, the USA is a larger place mass-wise, landmass, than we are. You've got a bigger population than we have. And so, yes, there would be more. But they say that, somebody was saying it to me the other day, there are serial killers. There are about 1,000 serial killers on the loose across the globe, working, living, eating and breathing a free life. And nobody knows about it because they haven't been caught.
Yeah.
And I actually do believe that.
Yeah, I believe that too.
I do believe that.
Okay,
I used to think that really, you could just bump into one of them one day and you wouldn't, you know what I mean? Jesus.
I just feel like, they'll be all right. Well, as long as they're not eating the bodies, because it'll be like this.
Okay, I swear that I'm getting more open because now not only both cats are in the bedroom with Rita the other day, I saw a cat in the kitchen walking behind me, and both the cats were sleeping in the. And I just saw it again.
Yeah. Wants to come around.
It's like my new little dog that sits in here, my bed, and it barks and barks. Barks for nothing, absolutely nothing. And I'm thinking, what have you seen?
What are you seeing? What are you talking about? Oh dear. So we've gone on about your podcasts, to spiritual, to ghost hunting, to serial killers.
Oh, it is, yeah. It wouldn't be a show if we stayed, if it wasn't, would it?
Oh dear. Oh,
Yeah, I like going in all directions.
Noreen says one was on news. He had killed his ex-wife, left the baby on the train station, and gone to a hotel with a girl from work after proposing to her. She had no clue, her poor parents, until they. Oh, that's awful. They had no clue he was going to murder her. Oh, that's awful.
God.
Oh dear. And that's the thing. What if you meet someone and they fall in love with you, treat you like a princess, and he does everything right, and you're quite happy with this person? You might even get married to them, not knowing that they've got a secret life doing something like that, because you only see one side of him.
Yeah.
And not necessarily know that he's out doing what he's doing. So yeah, how does one cope with that type of scenario, knowing that he might have gone out and killed a load of girls while he was with you? Then you're carrying some of this guilt, I suppose. But
they generally don't find out, though, do they? Until imagine
Sonia
how
Sutcliffe.
devastating that would be to your life.
Yeah. Sonia Sutcliffe, Peter Sutcliffe's wife, she had no clue.
Yeah.
Did she? She had no clue what he did, but yeah.
Yeah.
So he was such a charmer. Psychopath, that sounds like to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, that's awful.
Yeah. Like nothing happened. Oh, no.
The other thing that really gets me, and I try and keep this zipped and say nothing, but it's children that kill children, and children that abuse children. That is another big thing. And you hear about today, like I heard a conversation about a child that hits another child, and they just said, "Oh, just stay away from it." Actually, no, that's abuse. You're only bit in the bud now. So I think society has a lot to play for.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because you can't chastise your child, you can't teach them right from wrong. The teachers at school seem to have more authority over your kids than you do, because if you tell them off or punish them for whatever at home, and they go into school and tell the teacher, your social services at your door. So I think that the world has gone bonkers, really, isn't it?
Yeah, I think if there were a bit more what's it with the kids, you'd probably see it's starting with traits like that. And if you let them get away with murder now, you know what I mean? You never find. There has to be a way of figuring out who these people are when the kids got to be.
Yeah. Well, do you know what? I've never disencouraged my kids, like when I was little, and this is what a serial killer trait is, and I actually absolutely refute this. I think they're wrong, but the experts are saying that when they talk to these serial killers, they were cutting up dead animals and playing with dead animals. Well, I did that as a kid.
Yeah.
It's like you see a dead bird, and then you poke it with a stick, and then you sort of prise it open, and then you look inside for maggots. And anyway, right. So, anyway, so moving on. But then growing up, I've collected knives. I love knives, and I don't kill anyone with a knife or do anything. Like, I've got a huge collection of knives, all sorts of knives, beautiful knives.
Are you
and they're all
saying that
little.
Eric?
Oh, I mean, I agree with her because, you know, it's the difference between doing it and not doing it is the difference between
Two different things.
Knowing, yeah, you know, yeah, knowing.
the intelligence to say, hey, this is wrong. So
It's like me.
Yeah.
I've got this weird thing. I love history. I love history.
Mm.
But the era that is the medieval era for me, and it was the evilness.
The torture. Were you a torturer in a former life?
It's just, to me, it's horrible, but fascinating. Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, I can't get my head around how they could be like that and think it was all right.
Do you know, they say that that we were pretty nasty over here.
Oh,
But over in Europe, they were even worse.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the Inquisition. Oh, my, that was something else, yeah.
I saw this thing that they did and I could not believe it. And I thought, surely they're having me on. So I went and did some research and it actually did happen. Do you know about the big bull, the brass bull?
Yeah, yeah.
And then they'd put people inside and then put a fire underneath it. And then the noise sounds like, when they're screaming, sounds like a bull going,
and
woo.
I thought that was okay. That was fine. It's like it. It's very different. In hot oil, boiling hot oil.
Yeah.
What, by the legs? If they were lucky, they'd hang them up by the legs and they'd drop their head in.
Yeah.
So they die quick, but if they weren't, they'd go legs first.
There was a case of boiling in the town square at King's Lynn, not too far from where I am. They only ever boiled one person.
Yeah.
And I believe it was a female. And apparently while they were boiling her, she exploded. And I don't know how that would happen, but apparently she exploded and her heart is said to have hit the wall of one of the buildings close by. And they have this thing on the wall now to say this is the heart of blah, blah, blah that was boiled here in the market square. But, boiling people. Like, why would you do that?
The butcher's axemen and what have you.
Yes, yeah.
And there was actually a woman that did that over here. And she was an inmate at the time. And she did, because the axeman couldn't come, she said that she would do it. And she did.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
She used to stay in the prison. She was a prisoner, but she used to come out and do that.
Yeah. But no, I have seen, well.
Some of the equipment that, some of the torture equipment, if you go over to like Spain and whatever, and have like, oh, God.
I saw the pair. I've seen the pair, and I've seen the what we call it, the wife's bridle that goes, the contraption that goes over her head to stop her from talking. Yeah, and even that in itself, that was just no.
I don't think they'd use that over here just to shut women up. Talk too much. That's what you get. It's a good job you are now, isn't it, babe?
Yeah. I think for me, when I looked at all the different types of torture, I think the worst one for me, and it's only a piece of rope, and it's where they put your hands behind your back, tie your hands to the rope, and then hoist you up, because then not only are you being dislocated here and breaking bones, but your chest and everything. I just could not fathom the pain that those poor people would have gone through. Yeah. You know, just crazy.
There was somebody that
I've been caught looking at things like that, and the lads have come in and they go, what are you looking at?
What are you looking at? Yeah, what are you looking at that for?
Well, it was really weird because
humanity, I just can't figure out how they could have been and thought it was all right.
Yeah. Sorry, Eric.
no, it's all right. It was just really weird that the guy was doing an investigation over there, and he was at one of the old prisons or whatever, or a castle it was, and I actually got to see an Iron Maiden.
Do you know what? They never used the Iron Maiden in England at all.
Good, but was surprised to see one.
Yeah. It was most probably something that was brought in from elsewhere or a replica. But in England, they did not use, contrary to whatever people say, it wasn't used over here. And people weren't burnt at the stake over here either. They were hung.
Yep.
They were hung.
Scotland they were burned, but here they were hung.
Yeah, Kendall Hill is one of the places I want to go to. So
yeah. But it is our history is British history is great, weird, upsetting, and a bit sick.
Yeah.
That's the only way I can describe it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, lots of suffering, lots of things that happened over here. Some of our buildings still stand to this day. I mean, we have like castles, ruins, houses that are over 1,000 years old now. Can you imagine that? 1,000 years old and still standing. It's like crazy. We're lucky, I suppose.
And this is why I'm drawn to that country.
Yeah.
It's a little part around the corner from me, and in that part stands Clayton Hall. And that was it's the old moat is still around it. It's obviously it's been disused now and emptied.
Yeah.
But that goes back to Cromwell's days.
Ooh, he lived here where I am. He's from here.
He apparently stayed there during the war. And I want to get in there. I've joined the group actually, but every time one of the open days comes up, I'm in work.
So this is a secret for those watching here, and I've mentioned it briefly before, but next year I'm working very closely with a historian and someone who runs Oliver Cromwell's museum and holds a lot of Oliver Cromwell's personal artifacts.
Oh, that, yeah.
And we are going to be raising money, doing a few ghost hunts for the Oliver Cromwell Museum to help sort of keep that ticking over, especially in these hard times. But maybe we can use that connection to get you in there and do something, Netty.
Yeah, good idea.
Maybe I'll have to introduce you to the guy.
Been in once, and that was years ago. Absolute years ago when the kids were only little at the time. But I wasn't doing all this ghosty stuff. That I would love to get in now with a camera.
Yeah. Well, never say never. You never know what's going to happen around the corner. Right, we have been going on now for 2 hours and 16 minutes. I don't think we have any. No, an hour and 16. Sorry. It's been a long day.
I know. I woke up at 5 this morning, mate.
Have you? Are you about ready for your bed now?
Oh,
but we're going to get you back on, Netty, because I think there's more of a conversation here to have. So I know you'll come on anyway. But have you got anything that you can let out of the bag for next year now, or is it still top secret at this stage?
No, no, not at the moment.
Okay, we'll keep it secret. Okay.
But
watch the space, because Netty's got news coming.
Yeah, we've got news coming. We need to hear back yet, Viv. We've got to.
Okay. Right, so there is some news
on the
horizon.
Yeah. Be fun. Be a laugh.
You'll hear it from Netty. Honestly, it's good news.
Yeah, definitely.
Right, so thank you everyone for joining us in the chat. Thank you everyone that's going to be watching on catch up when we do get this posted on Facebook eventually. Thank you for just going with us and going with the flow tonight. We don't know what's going on. There are some issues, but we'll always find a way around, won't we, Netty?
We will. Where there's a will, there's a way.
There's a way, exactly. Eric, are you doing a show tomorrow night with Tim?
I have no idea.
Okay, so if there are issues tomorrow, just do it through Facebook Live. Just link it to Facebook and Facebook, YouTube, in the usual way. that's the way around it. But we're hoping that they'll sort the issue out pretty soon.
Yeah.
And don't forget Sunday night at 7:00.
Yep. Yep.
Shadows and Lights. It's going to be a good one. I'm hoping to tune in. I am having a weekend with the birthday boy.
Yeah.
We're having extended birthday celebrations. I don't know if he thinks he's the king or something, but but it might be messy. But I will be recording some bits of it for Jamie. Maybe he'll share it, maybe he won't. I don't know, but you never know. Just keep your eyes peeled. But anyway, take care, everybody. And if you can't be good, be careful.
Yeah.
And if you can't be careful, just be kind to one another. Take care, everyone.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.